Something in the mist! Something in the mist took John Lee!
Dan, catch your breath.
Something in the mist took John Lee, and I could hear him screaming. Shut the doors! Shut the doors, my God!
Daddy, I'm scared. Can we go home?
Don't go out there. There's something in the mist. It took John Lee. Screw that. I'm getting to my car. Mister!
Welcome to the Perfect Movie Podcast, the podcast that has 4 bullets and 5 of us. I'm Michael.
I'm Kalen.
And that opening was a reference to the movie The Mist that we will be covering today.
How are you going to spoil the ending already?
You didn't have to say that.
Oh, I mean, that doesn't happen. A little boy doesn't get shot.
Okay, now we are spoiling the ending. I was going to try to be tasteful about the ending of this film, but that's already out the window.
This movie's been out since 2007. If you haven't seen it by now.
That's true. This movie is an adult now.
It is.
It turned 18 this year. So, yeah, I guess if you haven't seen the ending, which is probably the most famous and memorable part of the film, The Mist, based on the Stephen King short story, The Mist, then that's on you. But we're here to tell you that it's a good movie?
It's a great movie.
Okay. I'm glad we're landing near... I think it's a good movie with a great ending.
Okay.
It's like a mostly good movie, and then the ending just elevates everything that happened before it. And it's just so memorable. Like, they're just... The theme of the next couple movies will be movies with real gut punch endings. And this is maybe... the ending of a movie I watched the most.
It's one of the gnarliest, for sure.
Just the grimmest.
Yeah.
You walk away like, dang, I didn't even know this story could get that dark.
You walk away screaming.
It'll ruin your day.
Like Thomas Jane.
Like Tom Jane, formerly known as the Punisher. Right?
Yeah, he was Punisher. He was a good Punisher, too.
Never seen.
Okay, Michael, what did you think of The Mist?
The Mist, which came out in 2007, based on the Stephen King short story, The Mist. Frank Darabont directed, Thomas Jane starring, Andre Braugher's in it. You've seen him before in Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yeah.
And then half the cast of The Walking Dead, the original series, like the first 2 seasons. They're all in here.
Because Frank Darabont directed the first 2 seasons of Walking Dead.
I think I already kind of covered it. It's a good movie that I think has an amazing ending, and we'll cover more about the ending, I think, later in the podcast.
Sure.
I think the thing you need to know about this movie before you watch it, because I think it's a movie that will turn off a lot of mainstream like people and audiences, just because it's really hammy and it's really dark, and I think it's entertaining, and if you give it the chance, it'll win a lot of people over. But it's not what I think people are imagining when they just know nothing and kind of see the image of the poster, or just have like heard, there's this movie, The Mist, and there's monsters in the mist.
Well, this is a B-movie monster flick. At least that's what Frank Darabont intended it to be. Mm-hmm. And it's very evident, like you were saying, by the style, the tone. But it also has like a modern feel to it as well. Yeah. A lot of the acting is it's actually very good acting in this. The characters are very hammy, but at the same time they're pretty grounded, and also like things kind of go 0 to 100 very quickly. And so you have this kind of heightened sense of reality almost.
Yeah, I mean, the whole idea, and the idea of many apocalyptic stories, which this is not a full apocalypse, but are people trapped in our grocery store surrounded by the mist do not know that, is the question of who are the bad guys? Like, often there's a a monster outside. It's a zombie apocalypse, let's say, like in The Walking Dead. But as is laid out by Thomas Jane in the beginning of this movie, where he's like, yeah, people are okay, but scare them a bunch and take them away from all the security that they feel they have, we'll see how great people really are. Like, we'll see their true face in this intense situation, which is, I guess, to lay out the premise, in case you're listening to this podcast not ever seeing The Mist, it's about basically a bunch of people get trapped in like a small town department store. A mist rolls in, and a man comes in bloodied like 15 minutes into the movie and starts screaming, "Don't go out there, there's monsters in the mist. He took John Lee!"
Close the door, my God!
Yeah. And, now suddenly our collection of, several dozen people is trapped together in the store, and we have this little microcosm of the apocalypse that happens over the course of basically like one evening, like 1 or 2 days and evenings.
Well, I feel like it's not very conveyed very well, but I feel like they're in there for a while.
Yeah.
Like at least like a week.
Okay. Anyways, but they're stuck there. The mist is there. Nobody can move, and they're trying to figure out what to do about the mist.
Sure.
But just like so many of our best movies, Kalen, this movie's holds a mirror up to society and says, "What do you see?"
It says that we're actually the monsters.
My mother walked into the mist.
My father was a bag boy.
But this is a movie that is really just speedrunning the apocalypse. Like you said, things go 0 to 100 pretty quickly as soon as the mist hits the fan, and yeah, I think a lot of the things that I find hammy, like I find it very entertaining the first 90% of the movie, and then there's the ending. It's very entertaining, but not all of it is believable and grounded in a way that I think a lot of modern movies are made, or it's just so particular in its tone.
Yeah.
That it can rub some people the wrong way or give the impression that they're like, this is corny.
Right. You know what's a better version of this? Midnight Mass.
Yeah, I think there's some of that.
Especially with some of the characters. I feel like what's Mrs. Carmody?
Mrs. Carmody
was a direct inspiration for Bev Keane in Midnight Mass.
In Midnight Mass.
They're literally the same character.
Yeah, except she has about 30 minutes of screen time to do her whole
yeah, as opposed to 8 hours. Sure.
Heel turn into a cartoonish cult leader.
Yeah.
With a bloodlust.
Right.
But Kaylin, do you know where we have seen Marcia Gay Harden before? Because she has been, I believe, in only one film that we have covered on the Perfect Movie podcast. And if I'm honest, when I watched this, I didn't know that.
Is it a Coen Brothers film?
It is a Coen Brothers movie.
Which one? I knew it was. I knew I've seen her face.
I'm going to reenact the most famous scene from it. I can't die in the woods like a filthy animal. I can't die in the woods
that's our boy John Turturro
in Miller's Crossing, and Marcia Gay Harden is the Flame. He's John Turturro's sister.
Yeah, she gets slapped a lot in that movie.
She does get slapped at least once, and one full highball glass of whiskey thrown directly at her.
Nah,
1920s boys. But yes, she plays a character who is a religious zealot. And why don't we go into the performance test?
Yeah. As
we discuss Marcia Gay Harden and the rest of our characters. This is where we're going to talk about our favorite actors, scenes, characters, and moments.
It was the performance of a lifetime.
First of all, Marcia Gay Harden is a religious fanatic.
Mm-hmm.
Gay.
Right. It's kind of like Barack Hussein Obama. As the president? Are you kidding me? Satire. I'm joking, people.
Stealing food now?
Going out now, Mrs. Carmody. Please stand aside.
You can't go out. I won't allow it.
Won't allow it?
It's against God's will. Don't you know that by now? Haven't I proven myself again and again and again? Haven't I shown that I am his vessel.
Yeah, she's the driving force of like everything bad that happens within the people in our little apocalypse community within their grocery store.
And it's honestly, it reminds me of that Joker another Joker line from The Dark Knight, where he's like, insanity. All it needs is a little push.
Yeah.
And that reminds me of this character, because she was already kind of the village nut, right? Mm-hmm. But she was put in this, or happened upon this scenario where she could really shine.
Yeah.
And her insanity and the people's insanity only needed a little push.
Yeah.
For people to just fall in line with this crazy lady, you know?
And it's a movie that starts with the smaller tensions of like suburban life.
Yeah.
It's Andre Braugher and Thomas Jane being neighbors and talking about figuring out insurance for the neighbor's tree that fell in Thomas Jane's window.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's already tension there.
And there's also tension between Thomas Jane and some of the other townsfolk, because he's like the big city writer, or he's not a writer, but he like makes movie posters. Mm-hmm. He's got connections to Hollywood or whatever. And so everybody, like, some of the guys in the store are kind of jelly of him a little bit. And they're like, hey, I don't come around telling you with your big city slicking ways, or, you know.
I wouldn't tell you how to tow a truck, Thomas.
And that guy, actually, we know him from Shawshank Redemption.
Oh, yeah. I want to shout him out, but one of our other main characters is, we kind of have two hick characters that stand by for all the hicks in the world. There are hick stand-ins, and they're mostly like responsible for getting a bag boy murdered and then acting like they didn't do that, which is kind of our first horror scene of the movie. Thomas Jane has been back in the like docking bay where they would load the truck in, and he's heard some stuff outside of the big like sliding door where they park the truck, and he says, we should not mess with that. But the rest of the people, they don't believe him, and they need to turn the generator on, and they figure out somebody needs to go outside to turn the generator, and our pimple-faced red-haired bag boy says, I'm the guy for the job.
That fucking kid.
And
I hated his face.
The two hicks are like, what are you even talking about, city boy? Talking about noises outside. I know we're all scared to go out in the mist. That's why we're stuck here.
Wasn't the bag boy in American Pie?
He probably was.
I'm pretty sure he was the braces guy that got laid, or he said he got laid or whatever. Anyways.
We can chase down Bag Boy as well.
I hate his face. I hate that guy's face.
But that's kind of our first horror scene, and it establishes that the hicks don't like the city boy, Thomas Jane.
Holy crow, don't that stink. Something's got the exhaust vent plugged up from the outside.
You get it running long enough to raise that door a little? I'll go out and clear whatever's blocking it.
Oh, you can't do that.
Why not? It's an electric door, right?
Well, yeah, but it may not be wise to send him out there.
Okay, I'll do it.
No, look, it's not about who goes out there.
What, don't you think I can do it?
Hey, I want to go. It was my idea.
Oh, wait, just stop, okay? Jim, right? Mm-hmm. Myron? You guys are... you don't seem to understand. Or you're trying real hard not to. This isn't ordinary mist, okay? You open that door and something gets in here.
Like what?
Well, like whatever made that noise I heard. Are you guys being willfully dense?
Mr. Drayton, pardon me, but I'm not convinced that you heard anything. I mean, we're not hearing anything now, right? Anybody? See? Now, I know, you're a big shot artist with connections in New York and Hollywood and all like that, but that don't make you better than anybody else, not in my book.
Hey, I didn't say that.
Nor do I like being talked down to or called stupid by a guy who went to college just because he's got the jitters.
Fellas, it doesn't even matter about the generator. The food will keep without it.
Kid, I'm gonna start the motor, you raise the door, and you yell out when you got enough room.
Yeah. Okay, good.
And, we forgot to mention. Well, we haven't forgot to mention, but let's talk about Thomas Jane.
Thomas Jane plays a character called David Drayton, which is the most Stephen King name ever.
William Sadler is our primary hick. The actor, William Sadler. The man's name is Jim.
Jim. Okay. Okay. I really like Thomas Jane a lot as an actor. I feel like he's pretty underrated. Mostly everything I've seen him in, he's been pretty solid. I think he was perfectly cast in this movie as like this pragmatic guy who loves his son and is just trying to survive. You know,
Does he love his son?
well, I think that act at the end was out of love.
Yeah.
Because it was a mercy.
Okay. I wasn't even speaking about that. I'm speaking about him handing him off to local lady.
Okay, but he was trying to figure stuff out. I mean, it's like,
entirety of the
I would do
movie.
that too. If I had a kid in like an apocalyptic scenario where I'm like, I got to get shit done. You're going to be at my hip the entire time, kind of holding me back. Maybe you should just go out into the mist.
The kid is just such a little plot device, and it's funny how they keep having to brush him aside. They form a whole old lady character just so she can be the caretaker
take care of him, yeah.
of the little boy when Thomas Jane
But
needs to
also,
go.
I'm like, are you 4 or are you 8? You know what I'm saying? This kid, like, he's all over the page.
One of my theories when I rewatched this is they cast the kid and then he had like growth spurt in like the year between the casting and the movie being started.
Yeah.
And he just like outgrew the role immediately because it should be like a little boy.
Like a very little boy.
But
yeah.
this boy's a little too big.
And people keep picking him up, and I'm like, he's too big
like,
for
he's
that.
6 years old. Walk around, at least. Like, I think he's playing to be 6, and he looks like he's 10.
Daddy, I'm scared of the mist.
I mean, I'd be scared too at that age.
Fuck that kid.
I'd be scared at any age in the mist.
I would be too.
I would be terrified. But one of the things that I kind of noticed of this movie, and it's kind of the same, a similar effect to like Tarantino in writing a True Romance, where he writes this like nerdy character that works at a comic book shop that gets a manic pixie dream girl, and it's kind of just like the stand-in for the, well, in this case it would be the author, because I think David Drayton's a Stephen King stand-in. He's a painter, not a writer, but he's like the Stephen King stand-in. This movie kind of assumes that he should be the main character like very quickly.
Yes.
In my mind. Well, it's just like he kind of becomes this authority figure kind of out of nowhere. I guess maybe you could argue that he's just the personality that...
But not really, though. He never really becomes like that leader. I think people just follow him more so because he's not losing his mind. You know what I mean?
I guess.
Like,
I mean,
he's just kind of the voice of reason. I think that's why people are drawn to him.
In the sort of like second act of the movie, he's kind of running the shit because he's the guy that's behind like, let's block the windows, let's set up all these traps, and he's like deciding that we're gonna make this trip out to the pharmacy to help this guy. Like, he becomes the leader very quickly, and whether or not you agree that that's a problem, at least in my view, it's a thing that annoyed me until the ending. And then it's like, this guy that insists on being the hero has the most tragic ending, which we're still not going to fully describe. But like, the fact that he needed to be the hero led him down like the absolute worst path possible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I kind of like that, though.
No, I agree. It's a good thing. But when I'm watching the movie, like, because I hadn't rewatched it in a while, I just got this sense where it just really kind of assumes that like he's the main guy. And maybe it's just like a POV thing, or maybe it's something lost in the adaptation, but just to me it kind of hands him leadership that he doesn't really hasn't earned in sort of the middle point of the movie.
Yeah. Well, you know, you can kind of draw parallels between, Rick Grimes too. Mm-hmm. Where it's more so a reluctancy to be put in that role. Like, Rick's famous line is like, I didn't ask for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that's like, you could draw parallels between these two characters. And also, too, they just have those leadership qualities where it's like, yeah, this guy makes sense. And he's not foaming at the mouth religiously. You know? So, I don't know. I really liked his character. And I thought that just his whole pragmatic view as well was just like, I think it worked in service for the plot because you have so many different types of characters. And then you also have Andre Brower's character, Brent Norton, who is the attorney and next door neighbor. And he's like Thomas Jane's character too, but even more so, where he's just like, there's a logical answer to all this. Let's all go out into the mist and try to find help, kind of thing. And I liked his character a lot too. And I think that all these characters worked in service of each other, and it really played off each other well. And it's like these are all different types of people and humans that you would find in the real world, basically. That's what I liked about it.
Agreed. I think if I was going to insert as any character, remember the guy in like the middle of the film that kind of just volunteers to go to his truck?
Was it the biker guy?
Yeah,
who gets cut in half or whatever?
Yeah, the tall biker guy.
Yeah.
I think I would have been the biker guy because I would have been like with them, like let's stay, but around like whatever, however long they've been in there, halfway through the movie,
Like, it's time to get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'm like, my car's about that far. Let me try it,
And then it cracks me up how they just keep pulling the rope. And they're just like, oh my God. There's blood and stuff.
We must drag this half-eaten torso all the way in.
And everybody's like, oh my God. Oh.
I'm just going to shout out Laurie Holden. She's one of our main, she's the blonde lady. She's the teacher.
I call her Andrea.
She becomes Thomas Jane's second wife as soon as the mist enwraps the grocery store.
Yeah, my wife is at home.
Probably dead.
She probably didn't make it. We're probably going to drive by the house later, and she's going to be wrapped up in spider
like
webs.
You said, pragmatic guy. Pragmatic guy.
I call her Andrea because her name is also Andrea in The Walking Dead, and she's a bitch in that show.
In The Walking Dead, same haircut. She's maintained the haircut.
They all look the same. Also, Carol's in this for like 2 seconds. She's like, "You can all go to hell because nobody wants to walk me to my car."
Yeah, her character doesn't even have a name. The actor's name is Melissa McBride.
And at the end, I love how she's just in the truck at the end, just like, just like shaking her head, like, "You should have helped me, bitch." Like,
I had to do this myself.
Look, I have all my kids.
Her character is woman with kids at home.
That's great. I love that.
While we're speedrunning the apocalypse, kind of the first scene, as soon as the mist arrives, is a lady being like, "I gotta go. I left my 8-year-old in charge of my 4-year-old because I was only going to be gone for 30 minutes.
Wouldn't a strong, healthy man help me to my car?"
And then she looks at Star Killer.
He was like, "Don't fucking look at me." Oh, yeah, Star Killer. Yeah. That guy's face is I can't decide if he's like handsome or like he doesn't look real in the
Sam
face.
Witwer looks like he was shaped in a 3D program. You know?
Made out of clay, motherfucker.
There's a reason he mostly does voice acting now.
Yeah.
In Star Wars properties. And because people would just be like, I don't know what to do with that face. Like, I think he is handsome. Like, he's probably more handsome than me.
I think there's such thing as being too handsome, though.
Also, if the shadow hits him just wrong, he looks like a demon, you know? Like the scene where he's... The little romance scene between him and the grocery store clerk.
Yeah.
The way the shadows casting across his face makes him look like he's about to, bite her neck. He would have fit in very well as somebody in Twilight. He's so pale.
He would be a great vampire.
Great vampire.
Yeah.
Only hire him as vampires.
Or Darth Maul.
Or I think he also does the voice of the Emperor now.
He does a lot of voice work.
Toby Jones, great British actor, as Ollie, the assistant manager, and the guy that says stuff like, "You think people are good? Put two of us in a room and they start fighting. That's why we invented politics and religion. I'm going to shoot this Catholic lady.
That's
now."
why they invented Smith and Wesson.
He says, "Blank, blank."
I love how bro is just strapped the whole movie.
Also known as the murderer of Miss Carmody, who is about to, I guess, kill Thomas Jane's boy, and has already killed Sam Witwer by having the mom throw him out into the mist. But the way he just guns her down and turns to Thomas Jane, it's like, I had to do it.
Like, yeah, you did.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that.
That's not going to hold up in court.
Yeah. I think karma's going to come get you in about 3 minutes of film running time.
Sinners and pride. Yes, haughty, privileged. They mock us. They mock our God, our faith, our values, our very lifestyle. They mock our humility and our piousness. They piss on us and laugh. It's from them. The blood of human sacrifice must come. From them. The blood of expiation.
You try it. Fucking try it! Come on.
We want the boy.
You
We
get
want
back.
the boy.
No,
You give us.
You get back! Boy, get up!
David, grab that boy. Grab it. Get the horn, too.
I killed her.
Thank you, Ollie.
I think that's about it for our characters. We have a lot of background characters as well. Like we were saying, they're all stuck in a grocery store in the small town. Everybody kind of knows each other. Everybody kind of gets a moment to shine. Let's move on to I almost forgot our segments. We haven't done this in so long.
It's an art, bro.
It's an art.
This is where we're going to talk about the aspects of the filmmaking process, like sets, effects, lighting.
What's this?
It's an art project.
Okay, I like it. Picasso. Yeah, that way.
Where do you want to start, Caleb?
I want to start with the CGI because it looks like dog shit. So I guess another big character we forgot to mention are the creatures, the monsters, the spoopy monsters.
There's something out there in the mist.
It took John Lee.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Close the door!
Close the door! My God!
Shout out Jeffrey DeMunn. We did not shout him out. He's also
Dale in The Walking Dead.
Dale in The Walking Dead, who's a
He's
standout.
He's a great actor.
He's a standout. He's also in Green Book, I think.
Green Mile?
Green Mile. He could be in Green Book too. He could be a racist.
Stephen Miller's Green Book.
Stephen King's?
Stephen Miller.
Stephen Miller's Green Book would be fucked up, Galen. It'd be a red book with a swastika on it.
Wow.
We said we weren't going to get political, but you walked right into that one.
That was a blunder.
Couple of bald whites confused their asses.
Could you imagine Stephen Miller in The Mist? He would be the Mrs. Carmody.
He would be like Andre Braugher. Kill him first.
He's like, we got to get out of the mist, but let's kill all the brown people first.
Yeah. Portland's on fire, I heard.
I actually heard Portland is way worse right now than us, okay? you turn us. Sam Witwer, you are unleashed. The National Guard guys in the store would actually have something to do, you know.
Oh my god.
Okay. That went off the rails. Holy shit. Okay. It's an art. Like I was talking about, the monsters, Stephen Miller, are these, like, I guess they opened up a portal in the mountains, and the mist came out of the portal. It's like it led to a different dimension where all these like bug creatures came out and stuff. I think these monsters worked best when you didn't see them.
Yeah.
And they were kind of just snatching people. And so you get some of that at first. And then you get later on in the movie like these pterodactyl creatures that are busting through the windows. And there's like these giant insect bugs. I actually really like the scene where they go into the pharmacy with the spiders. That shit creeped me out.
Yeah, I think as far as the effects go, I think it's a little hit or miss. Like some of the bird stuff looks really terrible. The tentacle thing looks really terrible. One of the things we didn't mention is I guess Frank Darabont wanted this movie to be released in black and white.
Yes.
And there's a black and white version which I haven't watched, but
It's
I would
on the
imagine
Blu-ray.
the black and white filter would paper
Hide
over
some of the effects. Yeah.
some of the effects. I think they're pretty hit or miss, and it's an $18 million budget in 2007. Like, I think that's
wow, that's so low.
They did pretty good with what they had.
Yeah.
And like, I think when all the little like fly creatures are hitting the window, a lot of those look pretty good, and that's a pretty eerie scene. And also because it's so dim and dark and lit by like just like blasts of light, and there's a lot of physical stuff there on the set when they visit the pharmacy that is just like a really haunting and terrifying.
Yeah. And spiders creep me out anyways. And these ones have like human teeth and stuff. It's fucking weird.
And they shoot like
acid web.
Yeah, venom webs.
And then the nastiest thing was like one of the soldiers was like webbed up to the wall, and he's like shaking and convulsing and stuff, and then he falls and his whole backside rips off and all these little spiders come out. It was so disgusting.
He's
I was
just
like
full of millions of spiders.
So gross.
It's
but
very
it was cool. It was
alien
awesome.
coded.
Yeah.
It feels like when they find that body plastered in the wall in Alien.
Yeah.
That is a standout scene, but yeah, some of the CGI effects are a little hit or miss. I would agree.
But it doesn't hold the movie back by any means.
No, I really don't think so, because that's not really what it's about. The creatures are kind of like these breaks between what the real story is, which is
the like characters,
everybody going to shit in the, losing it.
And I, for one, love movies with like people trapped in something and they have to figure out how to get out, or it's like that internal conflict where it's like people are turning on each other. Very Lord of the Flies-esque kind of thing. I really like that. I just think it's a great story, and for the budget that they had, I think it was very impressive what they did.
I imagine a lot of that had to go to the effects, because it's mostly one set. There's the pharmacy scene, which is a new set.
Yeah.
And other than that, it's like effects outside of when they're rolling through the car in the mist at the end of the movie. I do think some of the bigger monsters that they show, which they don't really show, they mostly show them in silhouette, are actually
the behemoth or whatever,
are really cool. Like the one like in the last few minutes of the movie that's just like
massive
kaiju sized, has all these like tentacles or like growths hanging off it that you see, and you only kind of see the silhouette as it marches past them.
And actually, I heard like a behind the scenes thing about the monsters where it's like the behemoth, actually all those creatures and things that came off of it were just like the bugs that were on this creature.
Yeah, that's like the parasites.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty interesting.
Around this time, the great American director J.J. Abrams comes out with the movie Cloverfield, and there's some great scenes in Cloverfield that have the same idea, where it's like these little creatures that are the parasites that like came off this kaiju that crashed into New York. So a lot of similar-minded sci-fi horror films in this age. And the other thing that kind of makes it similar to Cloverfield, although it's not technically a found footage movie, is it's a very run and gun shot movie.
Oh yeah. Some big close-ups and stuff.
So Frank Darabont, I guess, had directed a couple episodes of the show The Shield on ABC, and he basically took the whole camera crew from The Shield because he saw how efficiently they could shoot. And that's probably also why the budget was so low. They were able to like shrink down their days to do things, because what they were doing is like handheld run and gun stuff, where it's kind of gives the illusion of having like a one camera shoot, because they are blocking it so specifically that they can get all these angles and reverse angles without, hitting other cameramen. And I think it was like a cost saving technique, but I also think that it's very important. Momentary lapse there. I also think that it adds to the sort of chaos of what's happening in that.
It's almost like a docu style thing.
Makes you feel in it.
Yeah.
It's not as well shot as Children of Men, but there's moments in Children of Men that make you feel in it because the camera's like...
But then in some scenes, it kind of looks like The Office.
Yeah. There's some dialogue scenes that are a little like you're expecting...
the montage. Din, 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 and then people are just getting snatched into the mist.
Toby Jones is definitely the Dwight.
Oh yeah. My Colt 45.
Andy Bernhard's like, what's this mist, dude?
That was an overreaction.
You know who would be out of the mist? Stanley. Immediately, he'd be like, I'm gone.
He'd be like, I'm gone.
I have my Volkswagen parked outside. Goodbye.
Have you lost your mind? Because I'll help you find it. And then we have Jim.
Jim would be Thomas Jane.
Yeah, Jim would be Thomas Jane.
Dude.
And then Angela would be Mrs. Carmody.
Is Jim Halpert kind of the Thomas Jane of modern day? He's like randomly in big budget movies as generic white.
Yeah. He's like, he'll occasionally play like a Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
And then he'll also be in a Marvel movie.
We're talking about John Krasinski.
John Krasinski. But he's a big time director now. You know, he made the movie Quiet Place.
And A Quiet Place 2, starring his wife again.
And Quiet Place 3, where she sleeps with another guy. Or
is that what happens?
I think so.
Is that Quiet Place 3?
No, that's Quiet Place 2.
Yeah.
Because John Krasinski dies in the first one.
Oh.
Speaking of monsters.
Good for him.
Those monsters are kind of cool.
Yeah.
In those movies.
Anyways. The other thing to shout out is they put the poster of The Thing in it.
Yeah,
and
they
they
did.
also put Pan's Labyrinth poster, and you're supposed to be like Leonardo DiCaprio in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood and go,
Whoa!
I know what that is.
Are you telling me that Drake Drzinski, what is the dude's name? Thomas Jane's character?
Drew
Drewski?
David Drayton.
Danny Drayton? Are you telling me that Danny Drayton made the poster for Titanic?
The Thing, that's a deep cut. It's only like the only horror movie everyone's ever seen.
It's actually the poster for The Thing 2008.
Oh. Because they're Russians.
Or 2011.
Yeah.
Yeah, that really shitty one. So The Mist, the actual poster itself, The Mist, they had a... for the theatrical release, a different poster than the Blu-ray release. And the Blu-ray poster looks more like the classic, like B-movies, 80s.
Yeah.
Not 80s, B-movies, monster movies posters, like from back in the day. It's pretty cool.
And
pretty
the Blu-ray one is the one with the handprint from Star Killer on the window, right?
Yeah. Yes. Right? Yeah.
It's the bloody handprint on the window. But anyways, there's some Easter eggs with some posters, because Thomas Jane's a poster painter.
I feel like this movie would make a good mini-series.
Yeah.
I think if you flesh this out a little bit longer.
If you could turn Snowpiercer into a multi-season series, you can definitely turn The Mist into a series.
It didn't do well.
They did it.
They did, but it didn't do well.
Well, I didn't watch it.
Well,
I'm just saying you could.
You could. I think you could. Any like these stories like this, where it's like you really need time to flesh out the characters in their slow descent into madness kind of thing. I think it works better that medium.
They should do a Mist series that's like that Godzilla Apple TV Plus series, where it's just about like, what are they doing at the science laboratories to open up the mist?
Let them fight.
They open up the rip into another dimension, and it's just Stranger Things.
Oh God! And then Finn Wolfhard comes out in his ugly fucking face.
You're 28 years old now.
What are you talking about? I'm 13.
Oh Jesus! Should we move on to our next segment?
Yeah.
Hey, what are you trying to say?
Take it away whenever you're ready.
All right, let me just get that last measurement on your
Thank you. You know, I need this for the wedding.
Okay, well,
I need it really quickly. Like
it could take about a week to do.
It could take a week.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are you trying to say? He's trying to say that I'm so big, my bum is so big, you need to order to various countries far away to get enough material to make a pair of pants so I can fit my incredibly obese buttocks into a pair of your specially made little suit.
No, I mean I'm the only one working here this week.
Oh, okay. Oh, that would be great.
So I actually think this movie speaks a lot about cults. They mentioned Jim Jones.
Yes.
For a second, and they're like, oh, we don't want to drink the Kool-Aid. We want to get out of here before they start drinking the Kool-Aid. And I think that this speaks very much towards cults in general, because what do cults do? They isolate themselves. They believe the outside world is dangerous, aka the mist.
Correct.
And they follow an eccentric leader who really has some selfish ambitions. It might not start off like that. It might start off with, hey, we're trying to do the right thing, and we're trying to save everybody from the mist. But eventually it turns into, hey, let's throw people out into the mist. You know what I'm saying? I think it just speaks a lot to human nature.
Yeah.
We're really the monsters.
Yeah, I think if the rest of the cult had seen Marcia Gay Harden praying in the toilet like we did, they would not have joined the cult.
No. See, it's the moments by themselves where you see who a person truly is.
But one tiny little mist surrounds a grocery store.
Everybody loses their minds.
My father drew movie posters and left me and shot me in the face.
He looks at me and he says, I don't know.
Hey, take my kid.
He looks at me and he says, can you watch my kid for an hour? Laughing while he does it.
This is probably the necessary segment where we could spoil and fully talk about the very dark ending to the film The Mist, adapted from the Stephen King short story The Mist.
You mean the ending where the kid goes home with his daddy and finds his mom and they're all happy together forever?
And they return to a nuclear white family and they find Audrey Powers dead.
And Stephen Miller is standing above him, rubbing his hands together.
Ironically, he was just crushed by another tree. Not by the monsters. And, and his phone was auto-dialing to his lawyer.
I think I'm going to call the authorities.
So, in our big finale of this film, and when I rewatched this movie, I watched it with someone that had never seen The Mist. And their audible reaction to the 4 shots going off inside the car was, "Shut up!"
Nice. That's a valid reaction, I think.
Our small cast of characters, Jeffrey DeMunn, the old lady who takes care of the kid, the blonde lady, and Tommy John. They're all driving through the mist in the car to try to go as far as they can go. And they drive as far as their gas tank will take them.
I think they drive like 15 minutes. And they're like, well, society has obviously ended.
Yeah. Verbal meme, it's the guy that's digging for the diamonds and he gives up right before he hits the diamonds, you know?
Yeah. He murders his kid right before he reaches the diamonds.
Well, time to kill everyone.
Now that we talk about it and say it out loud, this ending is very ridiculous. Like, I get it. You feel like there's no hope, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's the whole, what you're supposed to feel from that scene.
Yeah, and they strike out soon after the pharmacy scene where we see a man explode into a million spiders. So there's like worse things in life than putting a bullet into your skull.
Yeah, you don't want to go out like that, no.
And I think when that guy wakes up for a second, he's like, kill me, please.
Yeah. Thomas Jane's like, idea for later.
Yeah. I'll write that down. They run out of gas. We got 5 people in the car. Thomas Jane checks the revolver that Ollie, the assistant manager, left. And there's 4 bullets in there, and there's 5 of them. And silently, which I think is a good touch, and the boy's asleep on the lap of the blonde lady. They all kind of glance at each other and kind of agree, this is it.
Yeah.
And the camera cuts outside of the car. We hear 4 shots go off. And then it cuts back to just Thomas Jane's face. And
there's blood all over the car.
Yeah, it's not gratuitous in the moment at all, deaths of these people. But boy, does the camera linger on Thomas Jane going through it after it.
Yeah.
And, you know, gold star. Let's hand out our trophy for we're really acting out here. Nice work, Thomas Jane, because I believe it.
Yeah.
I believe it. He's going through it. When he, like, grabs the gun, just keeps clicking it as he pointed to his head, and he's like, ah!
That shit's fucking, that's intense.
And he's just finally, like, screaming out into the mist, like, take me, monsters, take me.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this
And
anymore.
the monsters never come.
And then, what do we see coming from the mist but a U.S. military tank?
It's the U.S. military. The choppers roll in. I love the smell of napalm in the morning.
Forrest Gump, like, there was a mist, and I was in there with Tex. He was from Oklahoma.
And Lieutenant Dan.
But Thomas Jane's rescued, and somehow, like, that's the worst fate.
Good. Use your aggressive feelings, boy. Let the hate flow through you.
We mentioned briefly how the descent into madness was fairly quick.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, this is a 2-hour movie. There's only so much you can do during that runtime. But it still felt pretty fast-paced in the movement of our characters and what they were going through.
Yeah, it reminds me of a joke from just one of my favorite internet personalities where he's answering this like male question that's like, in the apocalypse scenario, what would you do to survive? And he's like, first of all, as soon as the power goes out, straight to cannibalism. Like,
yeah.
Like, I'm just going to jump right to the end.
Just eat somebody.
And that kind of feels like what happens in this movie. Like, everyone in this grocery store could not wait to turn on each other.
Yeah.
Which is also kind of the commentary of the movie, but it does feel kind of rushed. Or it's like, there's a lot of moments where you can kind of react like, damn.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's a lot of sick burns happening.
Yeah. Also, too, though, I feel like maybe, like, if you're in a very high stress situation where you're, like, literally dealing with interdimensional creatures that defy the laws of nature.
Yeah.
Maybe you might snap right away. You never know. So, could be in line with reality.
Yeah. And we already mentioned also that the creatures don't look stellar all the time. No. There's a few really bad shots with the creatures. But other than it being over the top, which I think is intentional, that can rub people the wrong way, I don't really have much to hate about in this movie.
And you know what? I would like to say that this is probably in my top 10 horror, maybe?
Yeah, there's a long list.
It is. But I enjoy this movie every time I watch it. And I think I've watched this movie like over 6 times now.
Yeah.
I would say this is like, it hits every time I watch it. I like it a lot. And I think the vibes are there. I think it's a great Halloween movie.
Mm-hmm.
Just with the mistiness and stuff, it's got a great atmosphere.
Yeah. I'm probably not as in love with it as you, but I don't have any more hate to add, so should we ask our final question?
Let's do it.
Is this a perfect movie?
You lost a baby brother. Perfect in every way.
I had a baby brother. I had a little baby brother.
And it was perfect! Perfect in every way!
I want to say yes, but I understand if you don't want to put it on the list. Maybe it might be a good movie for Purgatory.
Yeah, I'm thinking this might be a Purgatory moving film. Because like I've laid out before, I think it's a little hammy in the middle. And I think if the ending wasn't so great, I would think it was a pretty average movie.
Yeah, the ending definitely elevates.
Where it was great concept, but whatever. I think I kind of feel a little bit like that about Annihilation.
Yeah, the Annihilation, the same thing. Annihilation, though, is a slog up until the ending.
It's less entertaining.
Yeah.
Than the Mist. The
Mist has great characters to kind of make that journey a little bit more fun.
Even if you're rolling your eyes a little bit, you are still entertained.
Yeah.
There's enough on there to go and have a good time up until then.
We didn't even really talk about the one scene that kind of made me laugh was when they do kill Starkiller.
Mm-hmm.
They tie him up and he's just screaming as they drag him off or they put him outside or whatever. I thought those characters were very unnecessary and they only were there to kind of serve exposition as to why the monsters are there and what the Mist is.
Oh, the military
guys. Yeah, they were kind of unnecessary.
They are kind of like a ham-fisted way to get the exposition in because they don't do anything at first, which that was another one of those things where you'd think, why is Thomas Jane, local painter, the leader of this and not
and not Starkiller?
Yeah, and not one of these soldiers.
Yeah. And then also there was that romance that meant nothing.
No, it was only there so when she gets bitten and
to have some kind of emotional response,
swells up and dies. Yeah, and I think to give a little more to Starkiller, so when he gets dragged out into the fog,
right,
into the mist, not to be confused with the film The Fog, which is a different movie.
What about pirates?
There's ghost pirates in the mist.
She had a gnarly death. That girl.
That's pretty out of nowhere. She seems like one that you're going to watch till the end.
Yeah. No, she's gone.
The first time you watch this movie, there is a certain amount of which of these characters will stick around.
Yeah.
Which of these will stick around?
Because they kind of, and that's very much in line with The Walking Dead as well. Nobody is safe, and that's kind of even for this movie. It's the main characters are getting picked off. And so
nobody's safe by the end of this movie.
Yeah, nobody is safe
except for the lady that needed to walk home.
And so that's what I really appreciate about Frank Darabont, as I think he's a great writer, and I think he makes great characters that you care about. Because the first 2 seasons of The Walking Dead, some of the best television you'll ever watch. And I think that's mainly because of the writing and the characters that you just kind of fall in love with because you just want to see these people do okay. But then also you have that added factor where it's the world is so hostile, they can get taken by it at any moment. And I think that elevates this film too. It definitely, even after multiple watchings, it's still shocking, some of the deaths and stuff, or at least the situations they're put in. So
yeah, like you said, you would put it in your top 10 horror movies. I don't know if it'd make the cut quite that for me, but top 10 movie endings.
Yeah,
probably because you're never gonna forget it.
It definitely sticks with you.
But I am also pretty comfortable putting it next to Muppet Treasure Island in movie purgatory.
Yeah.
And we can revisit this down the road.
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
It's among my favorites. I just want to ponder it because I think I came back and enjoyed the setup a little less.
Sure.
Than I remembered. Mostly that the Miss Carmody stuff was just so over the top that I kind of forgot how ridiculous and how quickly that all goes down.
Yeah. Especially because she gets her the people just turn into her prophets or whatever.
Yeah,
it's just super ridiculous.
Everybody's
down to murder.
She immediately gains a flock, very quickly. And what do you think about the Andre Braugher? They kind of allude to an racial element of it, why it's kind of the last straw when he leaves. he goes like, "Oh, I know you guys don't want me around here." And it's unspoken. And then like all the extras that leave with him are like the only black extras in the story. Store.
That's touched on briefly.
And it's like, I don't know.
Well, because other people in the town, like they talk about him specifically, and they're like, well, he's kind of just an asshole anyway.
Yeah.
It's like nobody really gives him a chance. And I think his whole thing is like, if you just talk to me and reason with me. But he's also kind of unreasonable. But him and Thomas Jane, like when they share that ride to the store, it seems like they're kind of breaking the ice a little bit.
Yeah, it just seems like a weird half measure to kind of allude to race, especially if you're setting like, oh, here are like the 3 black characters in this small town USA. It seems like one of the first things that people in real life go to when things go downhill is racism.
Yeah.
And I think that'd be extra true in Small Town USA. Not that this needed to turn to a completely different movie. I just thought the way that's executed is kind of strange.
So you're telling me you want this movie to be woke fucking garbage?
Yeah, I want it to be just like Sinners.
Nah, we cousins. I watched that recently.
We're going to do it covered on the podcast.
We're going to talk about Sinners?
Yeah.
Yes.
We're going to do Sinners and Weapons after this.
Yes, we are.
This was our...
I forgot about that.
So now we're transitioning to the end of our podcast. Actually, the next episode will be Drag Me to Hell. And then we'll be moving to the modern day and to be covering Sinners and Weapons, the kind of 2 hit horror movies that are really kind of carrying the year.
Yeah. And the thing about those movies is one movie is black people, the other movie is white people. And we're going to see if we can find some kind of common ground.
This is important.
Because we're going to end racism on that podcast.
Well, finally. It's been too long.
It's been too long, and, I think they called us in for this specifically. Because we break racial barriers.
There's fires in the streets. Call the perfect movie, boys.
Did I ever tell... I don't know if I ever told my racial barriers story on the podcast, but maybe I'll save it for Sinners.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to remind me to bring that story back up.
He was kind of like a what is his name? Krennic? Clemic? The vampire, the Irish vampire?
Oh, I thought you meant director Krennic from Star Wars.
Yeah, it's the same name, I think. Something similar. He's kind of like the drunk redneck that...
Yeah. I hear a tale of a party. For people who don't know, I'll tell this story some other time. It's a real life joint.
It's a real life story about real life friends under real life circumstances. That's what makes it so powerful.
It is. It's because this is really a story about the podcast about family.
That's what's so beautiful about it. And it will be beautiful when we see you again next week as we cover Sam Raimi's Drag Me to Hell.
Possibly the worst movie I've ever seen.
Oh, a teaser. Nice work, Cameron.
Thanks. See you next time.
But...
Something in the mist! Something in the mist! Cook John Lee!